Hi guys, welcome back to Becca's by the Bee. We made some restock of some lotion earlier today, but I was unmolding the Tonka Bean Noir. So it's like yellow, white, and gray. I don't know if you can see the colors as well. I think it came out really pretty. And then also, besides unmolding that, we have the coral reef that we made the other day. So these have been in the freezer for a couple hours, and I don't know if my lighting is just off because put the shade down. The natural light ends up being a little bit better if I can open up the shade. Super hot out, so here's the like a light coral, teal, and white. I think they're really pretty. They smell really good. Some are going to probably have a little bit more color to them, and then they'll probably darken up a little bit more, I think. We'll see. If not, I'll add probably some teal sparkles to them. The bats are pretty. And then I didn't quite get a full-size seashell out of this one. This one will probably just be ours. Kind of see some peelings on the back. This is the Tonka bean. It's really like subtle swirls. I like those ones. I think they're really pretty. This one came out a little bit more gray. That's okay. Like they're all a little different. And then here's the Tonka bean. These are a little tricky to get out, so you want to freeze them for a couple of good hours, and then hold on to the bottom, pull, and push up without, they need to be frozen really good in order to get them out without denting them when you try to push them out. I stamp them on the back before I pull them out, and then they go on the drying racks. So again, like this one is just really tricky to kind of pull and push. So, and then I'll clean up the back edges once they're dried a little bit more. It's not easy. People like these, but they are not easy to get out of the mold. If I don't freeze them, they'll end up getting damaged. Hey, Country Cottage! They got to be frozen for a good 3 hours to get them out of this crazy mold. So, again, you like pull it, hold on to the soap in here, pull it, and then try to push up with like 2 fingers, because if you do 1 finger, you'll definitely probably dent your soap. Try to cup it with 2 fingers and then push up. It's kind of tricky to unmold that one. Yeah, I freeze all mine because otherwise I probably wouldn't get them out. This is actually a pretty good mold from Hobby Lobby. A lot easier to get things in and out of the mold. The little seashells came out really pretty, and then when I add a little sparkle, they look super cute. So, trying to just make some room here. And then I actually will stamp mine now because I've had trouble stamping them at a later time. I'll stamp them now. If the image gets a little bit blurred, I know, Hobby Lobby. I was going to try to get my husband to take me there again, and I'm like, no, I'm just going to order my little baggies online, and it was cheaper from eBay to get my little Ziploc baggies. But yeah, every time I go into Hobby Lobby, I can't not buy something, so it's dangerous over there. But I'll stamp them on the back now while they're frozen. If this gets a little smeared, I don't worry about it because I'll spray this with some rubbing alcohol and I can kind of repress the stamp in and it smooths it out. And then I don't really have it looking bad, but then I don't miss the opportunity to stamp my soap. And because if I wait too long, I can't get it doesn't come out, it doesn't stamp as well for some reason. So I've tested out all different, but my formula seems to work if I freeze it and stamp it and then unmold it. Love these mermaid tails. They're way easy to just unmold, and I don't have to worry about fixing up all the mermaids and stuff. So they unmold really well. I like this mold. It's not super stiff. Some of these molds you can buy and they're like super stiff. This one I think is flexible enough to pop things out really nicely. There. So this was the coral reef that I unmolded. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I've got two different stamps. I've got one like this. I guess it's for like lavender or plants or whatever. And then the other one is my little fish one. So I'm going to put two of them on this one little. And I was trying to do the fish first, but that didn't work out as good. So here's some rubbing alcohol. And I'm putting it on the left side. And this is probably going to take me a little while to do, but I had a fishy. I don't know, I can put two different kinds. I can put it a couple of different ways. And it'll look really different. Like this one definitely looks different than some of the other ones I did. I'm trying to figure out the best way to put the little fish on there. So it kind of looks like the little fish is swimming through the coral reef. That's kind of my goal. They all look a little bit different when I've stamped them, so I'm trying to figure out which way works best. Super cute. I think this was a great idea. Although using two stamps on a tiny soap like this is kind of, you know, time consuming, and but it's cute. So what the heck? So put my fishy like this. It's all soap. It's all good. So let's see if I can read. Yeah, I might be able to fix that one with my tool. But they'll all be a little different. It's just supposed to be a sample anyway. So I think this would work better if I had a bigger round soap to put my fishy stamps on. I think it's adorable. I forget which way my fishies. Fishy. These ones, I think these are like more like ceramic. These stamp really sharp, clear images. Some of these, sometimes the lines, there's one I got the other day, and the lines are really thick, and it stamps a little too thick, I thought. So if I find our Dremel, I'm going to try to thin out the lines on it. But these work really good. I think I got this here on AliExpress or eBay, or Etsy tends to have a lot of the same ones, but they charge you a lot more money for something that you can get somewhere else. So besides this, I made some lotion earlier that I restocked. That's cute with the heart at the bottom. I think I'll try to do that again. I gotta get caught back up on a few things here today. Super hot out. The heat index is like ridiculous. Trying to stay in the AC. Although we had some rain last night and it felt fabulous. And we had a double rainbow over our house. I don't think I've ever had a rainbow that close to us. And it was really pretty. Yeah, that's cute with the little heart at the bottom. I like that one. Woo-hoo-hoo. So I think the mango tango color came out really pretty. Probably could have used a little bit more of that for color saturation, but I think it's pretty good. I'll definitely make a note to add more color next time I do like a bigger soap of this one. I may do this one again. I thought I really liked the scent. I hope other people do too. Super cute. This was actually, before people started making these little minis, I started making them because we don't really do loaf soaps here, and I figured all this extra soap batter, we need to do something with them, and I figured I'd make samples out of all these little ones for people. But my husband's like, well, why don't you sell them? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, people were like, yeah, are they for sale? And I was like, yes, they are for sale. What am I saying? Of course these are for sale. So, yeah. And then I'll add some sparkle to these later, and I'll show you guys maybe what they look like with some sparkle stuff going on. But these are actually really good. People love these things. They love the little minis. I don't know. Is it the fact that they're just tiny? Or I don't know what it is. They like them. So locally here, we can try to sell these for like $1 to $1.50 each. And then they're like $1.75 to $1.95 each on Etsy, or 3 for $5 on Etsy. And I actually, once I started putting these 3 for $5 on Etsy, people started buying the heck out of them. And I was like, really? And they're like, yes, we travel, we do this, whatever. We just love them. So I actually sell quite a bit of the little mini soaps. And it's been a really, really good thing. So I like thank my husband all the time that he's like, well, why don't you sell those? And I was like, okay, why not? So we do. I don't know what other people's areas are like for sales for things like this, but you can have like a garage sale here and have these out for $1. People, I've had all kinds of people buy my little mini soaps, and then they come back and they're like, that soap was so neat, and they want a bigger one. So that was pretty good too. But so yeah, hopefully that helps another soaper out there as far as like something that y'all are doing. It's actually really easy to make the minis. It's a little time consuming to do 2 stamps on them, but I think it's kind of cute for the Coral Reef one. And I always keep a clean towel here to work on, and then I've got little racks that I'm putting these on as I unmold them, and then I go put them on our drying rack with the fan. So I didn't know I'd be like the mini soap maker, but that's kind of been my thing for a lot of customers. They really like them. I feel like I'm at like Santa's workshop or something. I'm one of his elves working on a little projects here. So I can get, there's 24 minis on each slab. Some I do as a square. I've tried to make some circle ones, but they don't quite look as good as the ones with the mini hearts. I think the mini hearts and the squares look the best with the stamps. And then you can just kind of smooth out your edges. Super cute. I like them. Whenever we take time off, I always feel like I'm so behind on getting things done around the house, or trying to get caught back up on some stuff. And then my ankle's been all swollen, so I'm trying to rest my ankle. Yeah, I like the little heart. Yeah, I was surprised. I had no idea people would be so into the mini soaps, but they really like them. So that's a good thing, because it's not too hard. I mean, super easy to package them. They have like those little jewelry bags from Hobby Lobby that I think are 3" by 4", and these fit in there really well. I just ordered the 3" by 3", so it's not sliding around so much, and I think that's actually going to be a better fit. And eBay had like 500 for around $10 and change, which ends up being a better price than trying to go to Hobby Lobby with a coupon all the time, and also being tempted to buy other things. So these are cute. I like them. Well, that was all I had of that scent. just enough to do some samples and see what people think. And then people have just really helped me so much with picking out what they like for scents. I try to pick out what I think people will like, and asking questions of your customers is really important to find out kind of the notes that they're looking for. Like where we live, they really love bergamot and jasmine in a lot of things. And so those are kind of some notes that I'm always looking for in the fragrance oils. And I've had some people just ask me, do you make this scent? Because we really love it. So I've bought it just because of that. And then other people were like, yes, we love this. So then I'm like, okay, cool. So like really talking to your customers is like super important, because otherwise you could be just making stuff that nobody wants because they don't like that scent. And then you're stuck with a lot of product. So a lot of thought goes into finding the right colors to match the scents. Like, I'm not like gonna claim I'm an artist or anything by any means, but I like certain colors, and I know in my mind like certain colors to me go with a scent, and that's kind of how I pick stuff. And I really like the colors from Nurture, probably the best as far as their I really like how their micas are. They don't stain your bathroom. They're pretty vibrant if you want to use a little bit more. You don't have to use a lot of it. You still get good coloring. Like really have great colors to choose from. Thankfully, I just put in another order for some more lye because I was like, I'm almost out. I was going to try experimenting and making some more shave soaps, but I haven't had time to do that yet. So, oh, that one's pretty. Maybe later. And I was picking my fall scents because we live in a very beachy, tropical town, and they don't really care for too much like Christmas. They're not like if you were up north, like Christmas scents are like big. Down here, not so much. So finding scents for our holidays has been a little bit challenging. So I finally got frankincense and myrrh from Aztec, and I thought that one smelled really good. So I'm going to do that one for the holidays. Bayberry was really good and a big seller for me, so I'm going to do that one again. This smelled pretty good. Love Story. It did smell a little bit like baby powder in the background. I'm going to do Brazilian coffee with the pure cane sugar for the holidays. And I think the last scent I'm doing is the brown sugar and fig by Aztec. Oh, there's one more. Winter Holiday. Winter Hideaway was a really good scent that I thought was not too Christmassy. That would be really great for the holidays. And these were all from Aztec. They always do 5 for $5. So it's a really good deal. And then that way you're not spending a lot of money on your holiday scents if you're not making a lot of them. Like I don't make a lot, so mine will probably be more like really small soaps and some minis. And that, I think they always have a really good deal. Cute. Alright, that's all of those ones. These ones, I'm doing half and half. The Tonka bean. I like the lotus for the girls, and I like the palm tree for like kind of more, I guess it's unisex for either one, but we liked both of them, so I'm going to be stamping half and half of these ones. And I think I got this one on AliExpress. I know Etsy sells it for a lot more, but if you're willing to wait a month, you can get the same stamp for a lot less. And it's just really cute. It fits that size perfectly. That's pretty much all I'm up to today. I'm going to probably do Bayside Marina later. That was another Aztec one. I'm not sure if I like that scent, but I'm going to make it and just have some extra minis to give out to people. It's probably not one that I would buy and make a big batch of soap for Bayside Marina. But you never know. People might be like, love it. If you have a hard time releasing your stamp, you can grab your towel and hold on to your soap and pull it up that way. So that's another little trick. Sometimes I have a hard time getting the stamp off because it's like wet and slippery because it's frozen. And just you get a better hold of your soap. Love this Tonka bean. Smells awesome. What? What's up? There's a scrub brush under the sink somewhere. Somewhere under the sink. I think that was their new scent from Aztec, that Love Story Chloe one. And then I bought more of the Hibiscus Paradise because I thought that one smelled pretty good too. I think that's all I got besides the Banana Cabana. I ordered a big bottle of it because everyone really liked it. So I'll be making more of that scent for sure. I don't think I made, like, I was looking for a banana scent, and like straight up banana, nobody seemed to like. And monkey farts? Nobody liked that one either. Although I've heard like tons of people, like their customers loved it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, they don't like that one here. So, but they love this Banana Cabana that came out. That was a new scent released, I think, last month from Aztec. So I hope they keep making that one because that one's really good. And I'm still having trouble getting teak wood from Bulk Apothecary. They've been out for some time, and I don't ever know when they're getting it back in. So if anybody knows of a teak wood that smells just as strong or as good as the one from Bulk Apothecary, let me know in the comments because I'm really struggling to find one that has that same scent. The ones from WSP were not strong enough. They were really kind of weak. And I think I tried one from, I think Aztec had something, and that one didn't smell as strong either. It's really like our #1 fragrance for men and women, and I can't believe I can't get any of it. So it's kind of frustrating. Probably takes a while to do this. It's a little faster sometimes. I just didn't have the room to do it. Is to just unmold them all on your towel, pop them out. And then you can spritz them all with a little bit of 91% alcohol. And then you get, that's my little palm tree stamp. And then just stamp away. Sometimes I forget not to, like, you can stamp a little too deep with that one and it makes a really odd impression. So you really only need to go about halfway with that one. And I usually just kind of rock it back and forth to get it out. Sometimes if you pull too much to one side, it'll like rip the design out. So it's hard to always pull it straight up, but you can rock it back and forth and usually get it out pretty good. Well, that's pretty much it for the little minis. And then they just go on the rack. I gotta find another thing to put them on, and I'm full of. Ooh. Wash my hands. Also, another really great tip for soapers is these are from the dollar store. These make great drying racks. I have metal racks that are adjustable, and I usually put them. They run out of these. I need to get more, but these are great. These are only $1 each, and you can just put your soaps on them, and then they're easy to wash. And then you can attach like a little label with a drying date. The other thing that works really good, and it's from Hobby Lobby, and I've had to cut them in half, but I'll go grab one to show you guys. This is, I think, the yarn section, and it's the Yarnology plastic canvas. 13 by 22 inches. So you can grab these, and what I do is it's actually slightly longer than my shelf unit, so it's a little too long to just slide right in. So what I do is I take it and I cut it in half, and then that way I take what I do with it? I'll take a silicone cutting mat, and I'll put that down. I'll put that on top. I'll put my soaps on it, and then I can carry them to my shelf and then just slide it on. And that way I didn't drop my soaps. So I don't have a lot of space here, and that's kind of how I move them from here to my room and where they go on the racks. And I hope that's helpful for somebody. I think you get a little bit better airflow if you go for the one that's a little bit bigger grid than the smaller one. And they're super easy to clean. It's like $2 and change for that. If you got a coupon, it's even less. So those are some little tips and tricks for soap making and drying and where you're going to put stuff, and not having the soap react with any kind of metal is super important. That's about it. So I'm gonna go fix something to eat here and get back to cleaning up my dishes so I can make more soap and get all this stuff on the racks, and figure out what else I have going on here that's on my checklist that I need to do. But it's super hot here, so it's kind of like wintertime for us. I try to stay inside when the heat index is like ridiculously over 100 something. When you go outside, it feels like a sauna. It's like crazy right now. So I can only go out early in the morning or later in the evenings, and that's about it. Otherwise, I'm in the house working on stuff, trying to stay cool. Well, that's all from here. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video of the coral reef. I think that came out super cute. You guys, if you like that, you can always pick up these 2 stamps, I think, on either Etsy, eBay, or AliExpress. That's pretty much where I shop all the time for stuff like this. I think if you put in like leaf design stamp, you can find that one, and then, you know, little fishes. This one is really neat with the palm trees. And then there was like a mini palm tree. I don't remember where I got them all, but one of those 3 places. So that's it. I'll see y'all in the next video. Thanks for hanging out with me here today. Always check out what's new on Etsy. Just restock some of our lotions, especially the Laurelberry. And I'll probably be making some more Laurelberry soap because it needs to go on the racks and I'm running low. So it needs to cure for probably 4 to 6 months. So I need to make it now so it's ready. Because that one, I actually, because it's just olive oil, Laurelberry. It's an Aleppo soap, so it's just supposed to be olive oil and Laurelberry oil. But I wanted to make sure I had some kind of bubbles because there's no bubbles with the olive oil. I added castor, and that's it. There's no other scent, color, or fragrance, and it's actually been a fabulous soap for super gentle, sensitive skin, mild, and it makes a fabulous soap. So if you guys haven't tried making an Aleppo soap, I know they have it where you're supposed to be cooking it for like a long period of time. You don't have to cook it. You can do a hot process. I do a cold process version, and I have it in one of my videos if you want to check that out. And then you're just letting it cure on the racks like you're making a pure olive soap. You're letting it cure like a Castile soap for 6 months to a year. I do a very extreme water discount to help with the cure, so it's ready in 6 months, not a year. So that's it. See y'all next time. Have a great weekend. Be blessed. Have a great day.